There's going to be lots of finger pointing over the next few days. There's going to be a lot of damage control from our own country's ruling elite. But you should make no mistake. This is Joe Biden's fault. Donald Trump instituted sanctions on Russia. Biden lifted those sanctions. Trump shut down Putin's Nord Stream 2 pipeline, which would give Russia direct access to the European oil market. Joe Biden gave the green light to the pipeline, removing all the leverage that Ukraine ever had. Trump kept Putin on his toes and in line. Biden literally invited him to invade Ukraine, just so long as the invasion were only a minor incursion.
I think what you're going to see is that Russia will be held accountable if it invades, and it depends on what it does. It's one thing if it's a minor incursion and then we end up having a fight about what to do and not do, etc.
Wow, really tough talk. There's the leader of the free world. All right, Mr. Alligator, you can have my pinky, but you'd better not take the whole hand. There it is. You can have two fingers, but don't. Okay, well, that's American leadership. No wonder we see what's happening now in Ukraine. It is impossible to prove a counterfactual, but it seems safe to say that this would not be happening right now if Donald Trump were still president. But hey, at least no more mean tweets.
Joe Biden and Hunter. I even circled Joe for you. That's not part of the picture. That's my Sharpie. There's Joe Biden with Hunter Biden's business partners that he says he never met. There was this kid, Steve, you may know him, Peter Doocy. Yeah. He's got the same last name as you. He asked Joe Biden a question during the campaign. Hey, man, you have any conversations with your son over these business deals? Nah, none of them. There's the picture.
Right.
There's the picture.
Right.
There's Joe Biden in the picture. I mean, what else do you need to know to interview this guy and ask him serious questions?
You talk about serious. This China energy firm is tied directly to the Chinese government, and they're looking to push forward their Belt and Road program, which is the counter to American influence. They take these struggling countries hostage by giving them money and then extort them for their natural resources or their port access. And he's helping foment that. The other big story in Miranda Devine's book is the cobalt mine. We basically gave up the cobalt mine, which is cobalt is necessary for this clean energy and this battery power. We gave it to China because in 2013, involved in that sale is Hunter Biden. This isn't just a crack-addicted son of a president. That's a personal story and a tragic one. This relates to American foreign policy and to our president. They want to make it about addiction. It's not.
Well, the fortunate thing is I didn't have many larger contributors, and the only reason, see, I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself in the manner in which I talk about it, but what happened was they said, come back when you're 40, son, and so I had to go out. So I had to go to a number of small contributors.
To launder money. So think about this for a second. If you hire me to do something shady for you, and then I start to demand payment for that thing, well, you can't really just Venmo me $1 million, but you can buy something from me. But if you buy something like my car, well, the value of my car is set by the market. So if you send me $1 million for my 2001 Mercury Grand Marquis, somebody's going to look at that and find that somewhat suspicious. But the value of art is set somewhat arbitrarily. So I could easily charge you $1 million for a piece of art that I paid $100 to have created. Moreover, if I make a bunch of money in a year and I don't want to pay taxes on that, then I can pay an artist $100 to make me a piece of art. I can value that piece of art at $10 million and then donate that to a museum and then write off that $10 million. Boom, tax loophole.